Hello, my name is Jacob, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite apps, and also this is Manly's on Mission, but the fun edition.
If you're a parent, you know that having an iPad for a child can be a digital landmine for them. There's just so many apps and so many things to think about, especially from the Christian perspective, to make sure we're stewarding our time well and having our son really focusing on growing deeper in the faith with God instead of just mindlessly watching videos. But as a parent, we have the responsibility to guard our kids' heart. And we also still want to have them have fun and learn. And of course, we're still not doing it perfectly, but I want to share a little bit about the apps that we've been allowing our son Jacob to use throughout the day and how maybe they're beneficial for you to use with your children as well. So let's get into it.
TruPlay is my favorite app. It has devotionals that comes out one each day. I'm going to show you my favorite game. It's called TruPlay Trains, and it's really fun. You get to drive your own little train. You have 3 characters to choose from. You have a skunk in a crocodile robot suit. He has a crocodile train. And Maple, a bunny in a tiger suit. She calls herself a tiger bunny, which is Maple. She has kind of a train and a limo at the same time. Oliver, he has a normal steam train, and he's a fox dressed up as a bear. Some people are kind of weird in this, and there are other characters. You choose your train in here, in this section. There's a lot of different trains, and this is the game. So you drive your train around with your mouse, or the keys on your keyboard, or your finger if you're playing on a tablet or phone. You drive your train around, and you try to become king. You get nuts and bolts, and then you can become. Then you get bigger, and then you can become king. So I'm gonna see it, and then if someone crashes someone, nuts and bolts get left behind like that train. And then power-ups. This one helps you go through things. Yahoo! And then I went straight through it. This one gives you a rocket boost, and there are a lot of others that help you get bigger and crash people. And sometimes you have to hit the green circle and not crash in there. This is another one of my favorite apps. It is called PBS Kids Games. There's a lot of fun games, plus my favorite games, which is like, my favorite games are Wildcats. So you get to move your character, Chris or Martin, you can choose. You just get out of the area and change, or you just die. So this is the beginning when you don't have any creature power suits. You have to look for different animals. So when you find one, you'll see it glowing. And then you use those for creature power suits. And then you can jump to higher places soon when I get the creature power suit. My third favorite app is PBS Kids Video. It has a lot of different videos to go and watch. There's a lot of fun ones too. So there are different ones. My favorite shows, of course, which I showed you on the last app, is Wildcats. It has a lot of fun different shows and movies. And then it shows you different types of animals. And then in some, it shows episodes, something else. It doesn't always be villains and adventures in movies. And then down here, it shows you 3 others that are kind of related to it.
So today I'm going to take the 3 apps that Jacob just spoke about and 2 more that we think might be beneficial for you to look at in the future for your home. So a piece of this is you don't want your iPad to just become a distraction for your children. And Teresa and I are victims of this as well, because there are times as parents that you do need to focus on getting things done, especially now that we're a new homeschool family. We're still in the throes of everything and trying to figure out how to work it and actually guard our time while I'm gone throughout the day at work and Teresa's at home with Jacob. So you just heard from Jacob about his apps that he really likes. So let me go from a parent perspective on why PBS Kids Games, PBS Kids Video, and the TruPlay apps are overall pretty good apps for Jacob to use. Let me first start with PBS Kids Games and Videos. The cool thing about this is there are no ads on there. And overall, they're pretty good shows that have a learning lesson in them. And there's a handful of shows that he really likes. And overall, we really like it because there's usually a good message about learning in there. And the cool thing is that they're actually pretty funny. So a lot of the shows that we usually will watch with Jacob as well. And they're just really catchy. So let me touch on TruPlay a little bit. Yes, it's cool that it's faith-based, but it still can be addicting. So we've noticed that with Jacob, that when he's playing specific games on TruPlay, he has a hard time with stopping. To kind of back up a little bit, we have screen time on for his iPad, and in the morning he gets about an hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours. And when that time ends, he does have to come to us to put a password in, and that'll allow him either 15 minutes or another hour. We've noticed that his mood is a lot worse after he's playing TruPlay. So yes, it's a biblically based faith game, but it still can be addicting. So it's something you do want to be aware of. And there is a subscription cost to using that. So we've just been using it for about a month now. We've noticed certain little things with Jacob when he's played the game. So just be aware of that. If you don't want your children to become super addicted to something, maybe that's not the best one for you. But I do have 2 more apps that actually, from a parent perspective, we do really like. And the first one is Minno. It's a faith-based TV app. It has VeggieTales on it. It's got a whole bunch of other things. The Bible for Kids is another good app as well. But back to Minno, it's also a subscription based. I think it's $80 or $60 to $80 for the year, so it's not super expensive. And there are hundreds of TV shows on there, older ones to newer ones, and they seem to be updating it a lot. And The Chosen Adventures actually is on there right now. That's a huge show that Teresa and I really like, The Chosen. It's great that they turned it into a kids animated show to really show the life of Jesus, because thinking a little bit more about this, The Chosen actually was one of the things that brought me to faith a handful of years ago. So I'm grateful for that. So just a reminder that technology isn't always the enemy, as long as you're using it intentionally. We as a family don't allow Jacob to use Minecraft anymore. That's actually another one that he was using, and it was similar to TruPlay, where we noticed his mood was changing a lot and he was kind of becoming addicted to it. Yes, it was fun for him because he was able to build, but we noticed that there's certain things on those games that became addictive to him and that we had to pull them away. The great thing about being the parent is we are in control of his iPad and we help guide him and steward him with his faith. So if you want to look into any of these apps for your kids, I do have links down in the description so you can get them on the App Store or Google Play. And if you liked this video, be sure to like it, share, and subscribe, because we're going to have more videos like this coming in the near future. So thank you so much, and God bless.